Is civil marriage now available in Israel? Hi, my name is Joshua Pex. I'm an Israeli immigration lawyer, and recently we've heard here in Israel a lot in the news about civil marriage, and this is because a verdict, a ruling of the district court. So on the one hand, I will explain what exactly happened and what was this ruling. And then secondly, I will talk about how this influences immigration to Israel, which is my area of practice. So first of all, this ruling is important, but it doesn't change the status of civil marriage in Israel. In general, in Israel, there is no civil marriage. You can only marry within your religious community. Each person in Israel is registered to a certain religion, and only people of those religions can marry each other, and there's no civil marriage. Even within the religion, there's lots of complications, and not everyone can marry. So other than finding a spouse, which is difficult on its own, then getting married, many people have to fly out. They go to Cyprus or to the Czech Republic or to different countries where there is civil marriage. But recently, because of technology, and also changes around the world, we've heard that about 2 years ago, Israelis starting getting married via Zoom, via remote technological ways. So what happened? The state of Utah in the United States allowed people to send their documents over there, such as passports or birth certificates, and then they would get on a conference call or some kind of Zoom, do the ceremony, and then they would get in the mail a certificate of marriage with all the stamps, which is officially recognized in Utah. So at the beginning, couples did that in Israel. It was a little bit in the news. They would go register their marriage, and it was accepted. But after a few of these times, the couple came and they were refused. So the clerk at the Misrad Apnim, the Minister of Interior, refused to register their marriage. First they went to the Supreme Court, to the High Court of Justice. Afterwards the file was sent to the District Court, and only last week, on the 8th of July 2022, after 2 years in court, the ruling came that the judge decided that Misrad Apnim must register the marriage. So on the one hand it sounds like a big difference, but on the other hand the judge does stress that it's not a change of the current policy, because the current policy was that a marriage outside of Israel that's recognized by a foreign state may be registered in Israel. The only change is the way the marriage is conducted, and yes, it is quite a big change that before people had to fly abroad, now they can go on their computers and get married. So on one hand, there's not a big change in the policy, but yes, the technology changes the way the law is, and many things in reality these days we do remotely, and also you can get married. So how will this influence immigration to Israel? First of all, it's too early to know. This is a very new verdict, and we don't yet even know if Misrad Apnim will accept such a certificate between, for example, an Israeli and a foreigner, because remember that the verdict was for 2 Israelis. The other thing is that I predict that Misrad Apnim, the Minister of Interior in charge of immigration, will not make it easy for couples to marry this way and then go to the immigration in order to get legal status for the foreigner and eventually Israeli citizenship based on the marriage. What exactly will happen, only the future will tell, but we are keeping an eye open, and if you have any questions regarding civil marriage in Israel or immigration to Israel, don't hesitate to contact us.